Hello, this is Debra, and today we are going to talk about paper marbling. This is a real fun, artsy project to do, and it's also quite messy, so make sure you have an adult with you when you're doing this. The materials you will need today is shaving foam. You can get this at the Dollar Tree. Just make sure it's the foam and not the gel. The gel does not foam up like this, and this is what you need to have it do. You want the foam. Now I have prepared one of my trays with the shaving cream, shaving foam, and I have another tray that is empty. Now these trays are from the grocery store. This one had, I think, some chicken in it, and I just saved these trays. They're fabulous. But I also have these foam paper plates, and these work really well too. I like the more foamy ones because the product doesn't get stuck to it, and it doesn't absorb into it like if this was like paper, like a paper plate. You want to have something that's got some foam on it. All right. Now, some of you may have liquid watercolor at home, which is what I'm going to use today. But you can also use food coloring. You're going to need some paper towels. It's good to wear a glove because the dye from these colors won't come off of your skin. So protect them with that. I have some paper that's already cut up to the size of my container. White paper is the best to use. Make sure it doesn't have a shiny finish because the product won't stick to it as well. I also have prepared some smaller pieces that fit inside this foam paper plate. So I have prepared one of my trays, and now I'm going to prepare the other one. I'm going to squeeze this in here. It smells really good too. There. All right. I'm going to take my spatula, and it's like frosting a cake. I'm just going to evenly put it out all the way around the edges. First thing I'm going to do is determine what colors I want to use. I am going to pick up my pink, use my dropper, and I'm going to drop it just in different places onto the foam, onto the shaving foam. See that? And I'm going to put it in a little black. Some turquoise. I love this color combination. I'm using 3 colors. Any more than 3 colors will make the marbling turn kind of brown and mushy, so you don't want to do that. All right, now I'm going to take my straw, which I forgot to tell you about. You could use a toothpick, you could use a straw, you could use a popsicle stick, but this is the next step. You're going to take your straw and you're going to go all the way across in one direction this way. Do you see how the colors are starting to mix a little bit? And now I'm going to go across this way. There's that. I'm going to do one more step. I'm going to swirl ever so slowly. I'm not going to swirl a lot, otherwise you won't see the beautiful colors. Paper on the top, and I'm going to just lightly press the paper into the foam. There we go. Now, I am going to let this piece of paper sit on this foam for a while, because really the longer you set it, the longer you keep the paper on the foam, the stronger the color will get. Just push very lightly Don't go back and forth because then it'll cause the color underneath to all smudge together. So I'm just going to kind of push, 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 push. I'm going to set this over here. And now I'm going to do another foam, another one with different colors. Paper. You're going to gently push the paper down into the foam. Don't let the foam crawl up over onto the paper though. Just gently push, push, push. Don't rub it. Remember what I said. It'll get all smushy underneath and you won't see the beautiful colors. Now the next tool we're going to use is going to be a ruler or any kind of a straight edge tool that you have. Even a comb would work from your house. Don't use the comb part, but use the back of the comb to push this off. And I will demonstrate what I'm talking about. Here is the first one that we made. Now, I am going to pull it off from the corner. And I'm going to do it very slowly. You don't have to be in a hurry for this part. Pretty cool, huh? And now I'm going to take this other tray that I have. I'm going to lay this down. And I'm going to take my ruler. I'm going to put my finger on the edge. And I'm going to scrape off all of that foam. And I'm going to do it in one motion. You don't want to go back and forth, back and forth. You just want to go one way. And now I'm going to wash it. I'm going to wipe this off. Again, it's pretty messy, so you might want to try to control the mess as best as you can. And the results is this. Pretty spectacular, right? Now, there's a lot of shaving cream left on here. I'm going to do it again. It's kind of like printmaking as well. Push, 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 push. Gently push, gently push. We're going to get quite a few sheets from this project using these colors. I'm going to let this sit there because I want that to really absorb the color. All right, here we go. Let's see what's going to happen with the yellow, the blue, and the green. I cleaned the edge off. Again, start at one end and go all the way across. And look at the results here. Pretty gorgeous, right? Now, because the colors were mixed beforehand, we didn't go through them again. I want to see how different this is going to look compared to the first one that we made. Oh, wow. Going to lay it down. Pick up my ruler. I'm going to go one all the way across, all the way across. Now we pulled our second piece of paper. I'm going to set those guys over here. And then I'm going to experiment with another piece. Oh, do you know how I didn't twirl the colors together on the second paper that I pulled? Well, I am going to experiment. I'm going to see what happens if I just kind of go a little twirling about. Not a lot, not a lot. Now this is the same colors in which this one was made. Let's see if we can see a difference. Push the paper into the foam. I'm gonna let this sit here for a while. Let's see what happens. I'm going to pull this across again, all the way across. Wipe it off because it's messy. And again, the food coloring or the liquid watercolor, it will stain your hands and it will stain your clothes, so be very careful. All right, there's my second one. The papers that were pulled first are brighter, and then the last piece of paper, the colors are kind of getting faded. So you could probably pull about 3 sheets of paper before you can start over. And when you start over, you can just scoop this up and throw it in the trash. Now, as I was talking to you about, after your papers are dry, then it comes time, you have to think, well, what am I going to do with all these papers? I know. Maybe you could share them or make cards. Make a pretty card for your mom, your dad, your family members, your friends. You could make bookmarks. You could make luggage tags. Do you have a piece of luggage and do you want to put your name on it? You could do that. I've got 3 examples of what I've done with my pieces. Now, first off, I might as well tell you that my favorite animal is the cat. And so the marbled paper that I worked with earlier, I used on this. I drew a couple of black cats and they're chasing a ball. And then I cut this paper and I put it on a black piece of cardboard and then on the purple. So you can see that the black cats really stand out and you see the beautiful marbled paper. I made a bookmark. I'm going to give this to my mom because she loves to read and I think she'll really enjoy this. I used ribbons and I did the same kind of technique. I used the black because the black cardboard. Because of the black that's in the marbling, I think it just kind of makes it pop, as well as the pretty pink ribbon and the green and the white ribbon. And then my luggage tag. Now this one was real fun to make. I took some cardboard and I cut it into this shape. And then I took my marbled paper and I glued it on both sides of the cardboard. And then the front side are my initials, DPM. And that's going to hang on my luggage. It would even look really pretty hanging on your purse or on your backpack. Oh, I'm coming up with these great ideas. Yes. I'm glad you were here and I hope you have fun creating. Bye.